Hello, happy Sunday. Welcome to a 3-hour, hopefully productive writing session. So there's some more on the thumbnail because I was sort of like in the summertime vibes when I was making the thumbnails for this week. So there's a s'more on the thumbnail. I don't have a s'more currently, but I do have a brownie. So I have chocolate that I will be consuming during the first sprint. So I suggest you get yourself a snack if that is something that your brain is going to need and or want during this writing session. So yes, that is a thing. Also, this weekend, the Pride and Prejudice AuthorTube anthology went live, the playlist. So I have popped in the chat, and it should be now a pinned message at the top of the chat, the link for the playlist. And I have not made my way through all of the stories yet, but they are definitely some very, very worthy and good and heart-wrenching and just it's a wonderful anthology, and I'm super, super glad to listen to everybody's stories. So y'all should definitely check that out. And so I put this in the chat as well as pinned the message there. So I will need to edit the description because I don't think I put the description in. I don't think I put the link in the description. I tried to invert that, but anyway. Yes, so hello, welcome. And Kalante is here. The early bird catches the worm. Kalante wants to know what everybody is working on today. That's a good question. I think I'm going to be doing some more editing. And I'm hoping to actually get some progress made. I'm still in Act 2 of editing for Project Gray. And if I feel like switching out of Project Gray, then I should be going to to the Chimera Moon paranormal romance that I've been writing, and I'm still drafting towards the end of that. So yeah, so those are the things that I should be working on today, and hopefully I will not get distracted. I'm going to try my best to actually stay on track today. But we all know how that goes. So, Perez says, finally made it to a live stream on time. Welcome. Have been on these live streams for 3 days? That's okay. It's the Dawdling Writer channel. Feel free to dawdle in whenever you like. That is one of the reasons. The reasons why I named the channel that. Because I procrastinate and I'm late to a lot of stuff. Which is weird because I'm not late to professional appointment type things. But everything else, I'm it's a movable deadline. So it's just weird. But Maggie says, well, pile of poo. Your laptop is having issues. Oh no, after the latest Windows 10 update. I have feelings about this. And now your camera isn't found. Almost 2 hours with a very nice tech, and the only solution is a complete reinstall. No. Of the entire system? Oh no. Time to do it on your rural internet connection is 12 hours. I'm sorry, Maggie. I hope grab you a good book to read or go play with the goats. Something other than technology is my suggestion. But thank you for the blessings and the happy writing wishes, and good luck to you and the reinstall. Laura says, I want a s'more. It's total s'more weather because it's summertime and sunshine and all of that. So if you have graham crackers, chocolate, and a marshmallow, microwave s'mores or even oven s'mores are also very tasty. It doesn't have to be done over a campfire, although those are especially good. So Miriam says, approaching 9 p.m. my time. Feels like I've been waiting all day for this session. You always feel extra productive here. Yay! I'm glad that you are extra productive on these sessions. So I'm glad I'm helping. Elizabeth said, same. Good. Also, welcome and hello. Yes. Kalanda says it's 9 p.m. for me as well. Excellent. I need to figure out what time zone Paris is, because a friend of mine recently moved to Paris. And so now we have to figure out when the Zoom calls are going to be, because she's going to be in Paris. And then another one of our group is going to be flying back to Jakarta. So time differences. It's going to be fun. Elizabeth says, just finished trimming our monster of a hedge, so we'll be using the first sprint to have a shower. Definitely understand that. Hedges they're a beast to trim, because not only do you have to trim them, but you have to clean it up, which is no fun. CV says, hello, welcome. Rider on Wheels, hello. Hey, everyone. Not sure how long you'll be here today. You're waiting for company to come, but you're excited to be productive while you can. Excellent. Yay. And Tiny Scribe is here. Good afternoon. Hello. Welcome. Ooh, the chat just jumped. Okay. If you're playing bingo, authortube bingo, you can now put that in. Perez says, I want to snatch that s'more out of the person's hand, only if it wasn't already eaten. Anyway, s'mores suit with your coffee. Definitely. S'mores go with everything. Well, maybe not toothpaste, but you know. CB says, I just had dinner, so no snacks for me. I will need to shower, though. Yeah. Oh, man, the variety look good. You're going to go get some strawberries after said shower. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, get you a snack, absolutely, if you need one. So, Miriam says, ooh, more people in my time zone than I thought. Woohoo! Yes. Yes. You're in a good time zone. Mindy says, hello, welcome. And so Pride karaoke starts in an hour. Yes. Yes, it does, which will be exciting. And Kalante says, I plan on using the streams to continue some short story notes, and to move an older fanfic of yours to archive of our own. Nice. Okay, so the Pride karaoke is going to be on Jace's channel. Good, thank you for that reminder. And CB says, 3-part Marvel fanfiction. You almost wrote fangfic. Well, I mean, if you have a character with fangs, technically it would be true. Christina, hello. Glad you make it on time. Yay. I think everybody seems to be doing well, although some of us are wanting snacks. So, but that's definitely partially the thumbnail's fault. Mindy says, I finished a fanfic challenge yesterday, and it was so fun. So now you're going to be working on other fanfic challenges that you made for yourself, and see about getting to work on your long series fanfic as well. Ooh. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, sometimes that's kind of the first initial, we're going to see how this goes, is definitely definitely a vibe. Rider on Wheels says, I'm setting up your Scrivener file for draft 2 of your fantasy novel. Ooh, but you're switching from first person to third person, all 52,000 words. Well, if it serves the purpose, and at least you know that you are switched, it's much easier to find instances of first person, I think, in some ways, because you can do the Control F to find, and then just make sure that it's outside of dialogue, that it's cut out. So Perez says, edited 3 chapters today. Hooray! But you wanted to throw your laptop in a bin. Yeah, sometimes editing makes you definitely feel that way. So hopefully we can all get out of that mood, though. Kalante says, I might post my short fanfic today. We'll see. Excellent. Sounds like a plan. Rosalind says, hello. Yay. And CB goes, ooh, I have some more Pop-Tarts. You don't have graham crackers here. Do you have something similar? Like a slightly sweet, I guess biscuit would be what you would call them. I'm sure there's something that could be like the basic equivalent. So Courtney, hello! You will be outlining today and doing Camp Nano Prep. That's right, because there's only 3 days. 3 days till July. Christina says 7 p.m. Gotcha. Same as the UK. Perez says, when you have an idea for a story but are tired, do you leave it, write it, or whenever that happens, I leave it to the next day, but you don't actually respond to it? I try my best to jot down the basic idea. So sometimes like at 3 a.m. or whatever, I'll open my notes app and right there. I used to keep at my old house and my old apartment, I used to keep a notebook on my nightstand, but the way that I have this room arranged, there's not really room for the nightstand that I had at like the edge of my bed there, because I've got something else. So it doesn't fit really a notebook. So I just do it on my phone now. So HK Darkwood, hello, welcome. I'm going to be using some of your new timers today. It's going to be fun. It's 8 p.m. in Paris. Okay, so 6 hours ahead. Thank you. Thank you. That will help. I appreciate it. And Devin says, howdy. Yay. And Christina says, I was about to say, unless they don't do daylight savings. Yeah, that is a thing I have to check too, is daylight savings. All that fun stuff. Kalante says, howdy back to Devin. And Miriam says, I think I'll make some hot cocoa. Yes. Thank you, Devin. The karaoke stream that will be starting in a little over 45 minutes is going to be here at this link. So you could right-click and pop it up in a new window. So if you want to stream hop between karaoke and work. Perez says it's 7 p.m. in England. It will be 10 p.m. when this is finished, and that way you'll get tired. Yeah. Kelly is here. Hello. Welcome. Welcome. What are you going to be working on today, Kelly? Kalante says, after the stream, I have to go to bed because you almost ruined your sleeping schedule. Oh, yeah. Sleeping schedules are a thing, and I have definitely messed mine up recently, so I feel you. I feel you. Elizabeth is on board with the hot cocoa plan. Perez says, do you suggest doing fanfic? Fanfic is absolutely a good way to get started writing, or just to have some fun with writing. So yeah, don't really ever do it, but you give it a shot and it's actually not that bad. Yeah, and that's what a lot of people find. So CV says, if I have my shower tonight, I can sleep till 7. If not, I need to be up at 5 because the care comes at 9:30. You need to shower, dress, strip your bed, put the laundry on, do all the hot water. Yes. And squeeze in some writing, of course. Yes. Digestive biscuits, but they're not the same as graham crackers. Yeah. Yep. Yes, the stream is 3 hours today. Okay. It'll be amazing for the story once you get it. You're a bit odd, apparently, and the Control plus F doesn't vibe with you. And you've also got some big changes you want to make anyway, so you might as well do it all at once. Gotcha. Yeah. Plus, you can edit as you do that. Sleep schedule? What's that? Yes, and Devin is also, what is sleep? Yeah, for sure. Which is exactly kind of what I have been having problems with, is because it takes me forever to fall asleep, and I have been like just laying in bed being awake until like 5 a.m. and it's not fun. So yeah, exactly. This is the problem. Apparently Kalante and I are on the same messed up sleep schedule, because all right. So We are going to use a 15-minute warm-up sprint because, one, I need to eat this brownie that is calling my name, and also, two, I need a warm-up sprint. So we're going to share the screen. Oh, wait, I haven't done the cards today. Sorry, y'all. What is our spirit animal for the day? Any guesses? It is the hawk spirit. So let the spirit be your guide. So if you are looking around for a sign, the sign's going to be there. But also that kind of along the lines of the badger spirit that we had the other day, it's sort of more of the predator, like you have your eye on whatever it is that you want, go for it. Make sure that you get it. So we have the 6 of Swords, which I'm trying to remember. I think that's, no, the 4 of Swords is a respite. I'm going to have to double check that. So we have the 6 of Swords. And the one from the middle. Ooh, we have the Hermit. I love the Hermit. He's a good card. And then from the bottom, we have the 8 of Swords inverted. Okay, so lots of bird cards today. So the swords are the communication, intellect, and sometimes career, but birds, lots of birds today. In fact, there's a bird on every single card. So if you like, if your spirituality and like your signs are birds, like today's a day for you, because we have the little birds at the bottom here for the Hermit. We have the swan and the hummingbird, and then we have the crows and the swan. So today's a bird day. For sure. So I'm gonna have to look at what those mean. But anyway, so yes, I gave you the birds. Not just one. Not just one. Okay, so those are the cards for today. And so I'm gonna, definitely a bird heavy day. So whatever that is going to mean to you, that might be something different from what it means from somebody else. Elizabeth says, ooh, it's a sign. I'm going to write a scene with my main character's hawk today. There you go. There you go. Miriam says, I feel like since last Wednesday, you've been making great progress with your outline, so maybe the bird is your writing taking off. I love that. I love that. Yes. Absolutely. All right. Okay, so let's do this. 15 minutes to start us off. And big birthday, maybe. All right, so don't forget to save your document or go ahead and pull it up. 2, make sure you have something to hydrate with. 3, make sure that you straighten your spine and roll your shoulders back for a posture check. And 4, make sure that if you need a break, take a break. Those are your reminders, and we can now get started with a 15-minute warm-up sprint. And that will be in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, right. Sorry. Okay, that was the first sprint, our warm-up sprint. Do you feel warmed up? Did you make some progress, or did you take that as a get everything ready so that you can work the next sprint type of sprint? I did get a little bit into the editing. So I have started the editing, which is always sort of the first step. So I think I finished a couple of pages, not very many. And some of it was just dialogue, so it was kind of a quicker read. I'm not super focused on the dialogue this pass. I probably should be, but so how did you guys do? I did pop the cards information in the chat. So interestingly enough, the hawk card is essentially like, pay attention to the messages that you're getting from the universe. So anytime you see like a repeated coincidence, pay attention to it. So bird, and then all the other the tarot cards all had birds on them. So pay attention is essentially what that was. And then the where did I put them? So the Six of Swords, the one where the swan and the page are floating over, for flying over the swords, is a transition card. So heading into a new phase, and hopefully that phase will be a bit more restful and peaceful. So heading into rest and peace. And then the Hermit usually is sort of like, it's wisdom, but it's sort of like withdrawing from others in order to focus on that wisdom and growth. So resting, withdrawal in order to gain something, whether that be inspiration or wisdom, something. And then the Eight of Swords inverted is freedom, liberation, and self-sufficiency. And then also sometimes can apparently indicate the departure of a relative. But so departure of somebody, so maybe like sending somebody off, like go and leave me in my peace and writing session. Also perhaps maybe a break from social media, I don't know. But in general, they seem to be very much like you need some time to yourself in order to get what you need. So that's my interpretation. However, if you have a different meaning for birds, those birds are telling you to pay attention to something. So there you go. So Perez was asking about the Helen Keller quote. So the HK Darkwood has a new quote for these timers: be happy with what you have while working for what you want. And so Helen Keller is an amazing person, amazing person. Not just for her writing itself, but also for the strides and the progress that she helped make for the hearing impaired and the visually impaired communities, as well as just in general the disabled communities, and just making people aware that they are people. And just because they are disabled doesn't mean that they don't have brains, which is a very important thing to remember. Also, if you haven't seen the chronic illness and disability tag, you should definitely check out Megan McCarthy's channel, because she's got that playlist for you. And Claude says, hello. welcome. And Kelly said hello to Claude. And Mindy said, ooh, doing 100 drabble challenges are so tough. What are drabble challenges? Why can't I say that? And Megan made it. Hooray! You watched an Ian Fleming documentary today. If you don't know him, he made James Bond. Ooh, okay. I think I had heard of him before, but I hadn't made the connection to James Bond. So Elizabeth says, shower taken and strawberries are ready to be consumed. I also consumed my brownie. And you're feeling productive already. Yeah. And hey, Eve is here. Hello. Who's getting stuff done? Hopefully you are. And hopefully the rest of us are as well. So, and Ellie Vera is here. Hello. Welcome. You made it just in time for this first sprint. Excellent. Yay. And you are getting science stuff done. Hooray. Perez wrote 500 words. Excellent. And Kalanta says, I need to transfer about 4 to 5 more parts. Gotcha. Tiny Scribe got 305 words. Nice. So good. Elizabeth says, hello to Elivera and hey, Eve. Kelly says, I'm warm. Well, in that case, you have a couple of options. Drinking something cold, adjusting the temperature of the room, turning on a fan, shedding some clothes if that is appropriate. And Hey Eve says, yay, science! And wants to know what kind of sciencey stuff you are up to today. Rider on Wheels made some progress. Right. It's going to be slow going for the next few days, but you can't wait. Yeah, because that's definitely a task you had to have ahead of you. So Elvira says hello to Elizabeth. I can see that you have the berries ready for eating. Yay! Hey Eve is finalizing table formatting for several data sets. Very important. Do you edit when you write or do you edit when I finished? For this particular one, I am editing after I have finished the first draft. So I am doing essentially the second draft. And so I'm calling it, sometimes I'm calling it editing. Sometimes I'm calling it writing the second draft. Other times I'm calling it revising. It's a hot mess all around. So Christina says, added about 200-ish words. Very nice. And Hey Eve says, hey, glad midsummer. I probably misspelled that. Is it? It's not midsummer yet, is it? No, because we just had the beginning of summer. Right? That's your plan today? Yes. Elivira says, I'm reviewing a protocol that you'll be asking your student to do tomorrow for a project. Just wanted to make sure you have it down very clear. Very true. Very good. Only 3 more days until quarter 3. I know, right? I thought about just going ahead and taking all these off because I have not accomplished everything that I wanted to do for quarter 2, and also some of the priorities have shifted. So some of those at the top will not be staying for quarter 3. So Carrie, hello, welcome. How are you? What are the paintings on my shelf? So that one is a colored pencil of the Alta cover. No, Joust cover from Mercedes Lackey. And the artist who did that is on Instagram. No, sorry. The artist who did the original is at Studio by the Sea on Instagram. They're amazing. But I did that one in high school. The Moon and Autumn Bare Leaves is also mine. I did that in college. And the Samurai is a woodblock print from a friend of mine. And she did that in college. And I have another one that I have not hung up yet. I still have not decided where to hang it. That is also from a friend of mine who is a printmaking teacher in California. So, and so that one is by Rajan Noah. And the one that I have, which is, let me just, hang on. Yeah. This one is by Hannah Schoenberg. So I have two very lovely prints from two very wonderful friends and artists. But that one is much bigger, so I don't have the room to put it up in the background here. So I haven't decided which wall it's going to go on other than that. So, yes. She's a very cool person. Very, very cool person. American author and educator who is both blind and deaf. She was the first blind and deaf woman to graduate from college in the U.S. Yeah. Yeah, we do. We usually see the movie that is about her in either elementary or middle school. So, yeah. All right, great. Yes, it is a great movie to watch, for sure. Yes, she's a badass. Absolutely. Okay, where are we? He wrote Chitty Chitty Bang Bang? Oh, that's probably where I know him from. Yeah, because we watched Chitty Chitty Bang Bang like constantly as a kid. So, okay, so Hey Eve says, to Ellie Vera, let me know if you need a proofreader. What level is it for anyway? Gotcha. Megan says, I don't know Ian. I didn't know he was the one who wrote JJ Bang Bang. Yeah. So many. Okay, y'all are chatty today, and so am I apparently. Okay, where are we? So we have something similar. Okay, so not Midsummer, but we have Sanctans. So St. John's Day in English, according to Google, where you celebrate the longest day of the year with basically the biggest bonfires ever. Gotcha. For a master's student, you're not planning to be as involved, but you want to at least try to be clear. Gotcha. When do you give up on YA books? This depends on if you are enjoying the book or not. Because if you're enjoying it, there's no reason to give up on it. What stage do you give up? Yeah, and that's appropriate for all books, not just YA. So CB says, no words, but I showered and washed your hair as a reward, and you got another cake from the kitchen. Nice. Diana says, hello. Hey, Eve says, okay, cool. I'm your target demographic then. Yes. And CB is having a caramel cupcake. Nice. When reading 2 chapters max, and then writing, it depends on when you give up. Gotcha. Okay. I think we need to start another sprint because. So we're going to use the same new timer, but we'll use the 25-minute one instead. Second sprint. All the clickies, all the buttons. Here we go. Okay. Don't forget to save. Don't forget to hydrate. Go ahead and take a sip of whatever you are supposed to be hydrating with. Make sure that you straighten your spine and roll your shoulders back. And make sure that if you need a break, take a break. Also, the second sprint is the self-promo sprint. So make sure that you promote yourself, your work, and anything that you are proud of in the chat. Just remember that if you do not have a blue wrench of power, you will not be able to post direct links. All right. I think we can get started. 25 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Alrighty, that was the second sprint. How'd you do? Hope you did well. Don't forget to save and take a sip of whatever you're hydrating with. I made better progress that time because it was a longer sprint. So I managed to get a few more pages done. Editing as always. I can't remember who it was that said they wanted to throw their laptop in a bin, but yeah, that's kind of how it goes. So yes, but okay, that was the second sprint. I managed in the process to hit a button like refreshed the page or something. I don't know. It was confusing. I'm glad it didn't end the stream, but so that happened. Let's go back up and see where we were. Okay, so again, second sprint is always my self-promo sprint. So make sure that you promote yourself in the chat. CB has 15 short fan fictions on Archive of Our Own under the name Pepperoni Fan 1982. And we're still talking about Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. And yes, so I have the Pride anthology pinned at the top of the chat, but also here's Megan's specifically. And Charlie says, I saw you pinned it to the stream. Yes, I did. But I'm so proud of the Pride and Prejudice AuthorTube anthology. I wanted to plug it again. So there it is. And here is Devin's link tree and Devin's playlists, which are also immensely helpful. And Charlie is working on turning the music from your piece, from the Breaker Chains anthology piece, into an EP for your music channel, which will be amazing. And Megan says, have you checked out the AuthorTube Chronic Illness and Disability tag? Here's the playlist. Check it out. Yes. So good. And Mindy is thinking of attempting Milwordy again in July. Ooh, nice. And Devin says, karaoke has started, should you wish to join the stream hoppers and also have some fun with karaoke. NKR writes, hello, how are you? Hope you're doing well. Mindy says, and now my current fanfic that I'm working on, I'm deciding if your OFC is either going to be a sage or a warrior. It's a good question. Why not a hybrid? Why can't a sage be a warrior or a warrior be a sage? I'm so bad at making decisions. Kalante says, consider checking out my YouTube channel if you like Sims 2 videos. I have self-published 2 books on Amazon as well. First is called Even More Brutally Honest by Lilia Marie Hansen. And did I miss where you popped the second one in? NKR Writes says, I make book trailers for people. You can check out my Instagram at NKR_Writes. And you are planning on doing book marketing services, book formatting, and things like that as well once you have learned to do it. Rider on Wheels is headed out because company has arrived. Thanks for the sprints and see you tomorrow for more sprints. Yay! And Kalante says, I added some details to your story notes. Excellent. Miriam is on a roll and going to keep going through the chat break. Good. Love, 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 love when you get on a roll. Elizabeth says, I read through a scene from draft 1 and wrote 233 words in draft 2. Excellent. Progress. CB got 543 words. That's sprint. Excellent. Diana got 216. Good. Good. So much progress. Yay. Hey Eve says, I fixed my formatting. Yay. You can only upload your paper as a PDF because otherwise everything moves. But whatever. It's done. It's okay. It's done then. And Charlie says, I finished the second track for the new EP. Excellent. And Kalante also has to go, but thank you for the stream. You're welcome. Have fun. Sorelli is here. Hello. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. We just finished the second sprint, which was our self-promo sprint. So if you have something you would like to promote, social media, YouTube channel, website, etc., please feel free to do so in the chat. CB says, I am doing Millwordy again, but I'm not starting till October, so that you'll be writing on your 40th birthday next year. Ooh, nice. Nice, nice, nice. Charlie says, also, I moved all my streams to Twitch and added a Monday gaming stream with hubby at around 6-ish. And so there is the Twitch link for Charlie, who on Twitch is under CE Dorsett. And Hey Eve says to Ellie Vera, we're looking at epigenetic reprogramming, and there is an ongoing argument about whether to pursue transcription or methylome analysis. Your preference is whichever I am less likely to ruin. That's a good preference. That's a very practical way to choose. Yes, exactly. Sorelli says, I am starting the second act of your book's first draft. Ooh, exciting. And HK Darkwood is working on social media stuff. You are much better at that than I am, because I just randomly am like, maybe I'll do an Instagram today or not. Ellie Vera says to Hey Eve, if possible, I always try to choose the simplest option that generates the more reliable data. Yeah. All being well, you'll be in New York on said 40th birthday. Nice. Hopefully so. Ellie Vera says, the groceries have arrived for me, and now I'm chopping mushrooms. I love mushrooms. Mushrooms are so good. They are on my shopping list because I used the last of ours. Sydney says, hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, good. I got them all right. I have to kind of pause and think about all the variant ways that it could be pronounced. But yeah, so it's Miriam says, I'm just so happy to write a waltz scene. Ooh, ever since listening to the second waltz by Andre Rieu, I knew I had to add it to my story. Lovely. Wonderful. I hadn't thought about, most of the like quote unquote waltz scenes that I have read are usually in period romances. And so, or like at a wedding or something. Interesting. It's something I have to contemplate, because I don't know that I have a dance or like a fancy ball in my YA fantasy, even though he's friends with the Duke's daughter. I have no fancy ball. That might be a thing that I need to add for later. Thank you for that idea. Now that my brain is going, I don't have this. Also, in book 2, he's got to go meet foreign dignitaries that are higher up, and it would make sense that it would be like there would be some sort of banquet. I need a fancy party to send my main character to. See, I love that, like, your ideas, like not just Miriam's, but your ideas when you talk about stories and what you're doing, what you're adding. I love that. Then I'm like, oh wait, that should probably be something in my story, like at least peripherally something to make the world bigger and better. World building. Exactly. World building. And CB also agrees. Andre Review is awesome. Got it. Excellent. Is there going to be a fancy ball in Cinderella? Oh, absolutely. Yes. Absolutely. Yes. So I have like notes for the ball scene where Cinderella is going to take off her shoe and throw it at one of the traders of the kingdom as they're trying to run away. And she's going to aim for the back of his knee as he's going down the stairs, so then he rolls and breaks his neck. Maybe not. I don't know. But she is going to throw her shoe at him in order to make him fall down the stairs. I don't know yet whether or not he's going to die because of that, or whether or not he's just going to be, have some bruises, maybe possibly some broken ribs or something, and still be then held accountable for things. But yes, there will be a fancy ball in Cinderella. CB says, if you do, someone should sprain their ankle like Meg March does in Little Women at the Christmas party. That's also an option. Ellie Vera says, I really like the fancy ball scene in The Final Empire in the Mistborn series. I don't know. I still need to write more, I know. And I need to edit the ones that I've got partially written. So that needs to happen. So Miriam says, I know Cinderella, Beauty and the Beast, and are very common retellings in romance, but I'd love to get a loose retelling of The Little Mermaid or Red Riding Hood. Okay, so if you like retellings, Mercedes Lackey has the fairy tale rewritten series, and there is a Little Mermaid one. She also has a Red Riding Hood one. And she has a couple of others. So Mercedes Lackey has some of these if you would like to check them out. Hey Eve says, I submitted my paper and now going to duck out to celebrate. All right, have fun. Megan says, my boyfriend and I want more Cinderella. Yes, I will do it. Hey Eve says, yay, trained immunity. What if he tumbles head first down the stairs and breaks his ankle instead of spraining it? Could be. I have notes for that, and I know that I want Cinderella to throw her shoe at him specifically to like set this off. Yeah, I don't know how the rest of the scene is going, but I know I want that. So yes, okay. Let's do another sprint. Sprinty sprint. We want a 25. Share. Okay. All righty. Don't forget to save. Don't forget to hydrate. Make sure that you straighten your spine, roll your shoulders back for a posture check, and make sure that if you need a break, take a break. Those are your reminders, and we can now get started with a 25-minute sprint in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! All right. How did we do? I feel like that sprint went pretty well. More editing done. Some of it's good. Some of it needs some further editing. But some of it is good. So I will take that. All right. How are we doing? Also, don't forget to save and sip. I had to go refill my glass of water because I finished mine off. So if you are keeping track of how much water you are drinking, then make sure you have marked down all the water you have consumed for this stream thus far. Dum-de-dum-de-dum. Today is the 27th. I have not marked down my water thus far, so I'm up to 6 glasses. So and Lizzie has arrived. Yay! You are stopping by to say hey on your green tinted computer. The video card has been messed up since you got back from Arizona. Heat might do that. You're almost done rereading your pen pal romance. You have found a bunch of quotes that you want to keep and use for promotion. And the climax was spot on, and you've realized that you have made the perfect lead in for 3 other romances. So you guess this is a first book in a series now, which is exciting to find. This book is amazing. If it didn't have a lot of typos and a big change needed, it would make a great final product. But that just means that you have just a little bit of editing to do to fix the typos and to figure out the big change, whatever that is. And then it will be even better, which would be great. So Mindy says, now I'm picking my OFC's talent, big decisions, just like the last one was a big decision. Oh, about the sage versus warrior, or a hybrid if you're me. So Lizzie says, took some notes for chapter 34, which I'm guessing is where the change needs to happen. And Mindy says, this is the fun part of writing. Yeah. Elizabeth says 243 words, and you are liking the direction of the scene. Hooray! The main character has initiated contact with her hawk, and the hawk is not happy because the main character betrayed her. Oh no! Bad main character. How are you going to fix this? Lizzie says, I got a new journal just for tracking down drinks and food. Yeah. I found these little notebooks at Michael's. Yes, Michael's. It was in their clearance section, but so it was on sale. But it has the 6 holes, so you can put it in another binder if you have one. But it's got it has several different sections. So one of the main sections has a place to write habits, and then each 2 lines has 31 boxes for 31 days. And then, so it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's got 10 habits that you can track for a month per page. And then it's got a section for building new habits. So if you are going to be tracking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks essentially of doing a habit, and then it's got a 3rd section, which is more of like a weekly planner type of thing. So it's got a week of, and then you have space for the habit and then the 7 days a week, place for notes, and then over here you've got more of like a weekly layout. So I found these. I found 2 of them, and they were like $1.50. So I don't know. I've started to use one of them. I haven't figured out how much I like it yet, but I've got those. Miriam says, that was a fantastic sprint for me, but now I'm exhausted. You will join us fab folks again tomorrow, and happy writing. Yay! Yes. Tracking is good. I need to track more closely for certain things, but not right now. CB says 211 words. Excellent. And CB has an excerpt for us. While Vince and Linda were cuddling on the couch and watching the Golden Girls, I slipped out of the house unnoticed. Ooh. What could go wrong? All right. Elizabeth says, see you tomorrow. To Miriam, Elvira says, I'm trying to pick a nice presentation template for my conference talk. This. I spend more time looking at the different templates and sort of like picking the aesthetic. That takes so long. Lizzie says to Elizabeth, this might be my best book. I'm loving it. Lovely. Elvira says, poor Hawk. Yes. Elvira says, good night to Miriam. Elizabeth loves this feeling. The big change is the motivation for the band of the characters. You're thinking of Battle of the Bands. Ooh, that could be fun too. Sorelli got 298 words, and you are dead. Sometimes those just a few words, like it takes a while to pull them out, and then that's all the creative capacity. Yes. Diana got an additional 200 words. Nice. Lizzie says, my sister just looked at the computer while you were watching a circus or something. Well, sometimes I can be entertaining, I guess. Elizabeth says, absolutely to Elvira, but the main character will make it up by groveling and with an offering of mice. Well, instead of a mouse, maybe go with a squirrel. I don't know if there are squirrels in your story or not, but squirrels might be slightly bigger than mice. Lindsay says, I'll just say I was putting in writing info while listening to a video or something. Yeah. CB's going to be right back. I'm going to take your vitamins. Absolutely. Sister is making this awkward, acting like she isn't watching me. Have a great stream. Glad I could stop by with green screen. Yes. And you'll be on a new laptop for you. Nice. It's a rabbit hole. Yeah, choosing the aesthetics in which because they all look good, and that's the point, is somebody designs them to look good. And it's always like somebody else has found a better like background, or a, not better, but like another one that you're like, ooh, I could have used that. And it's just like a long ordeal to choose. Warm exit quote. Mom, I just want you, and you is all I want. So sweet. And CB has taken all the vitamins. Excellent. One of your main character's love interests is a stalker and a traitor. Ooh, hope that in the end she chooses the other love interest for her own good. I hope so too. And hopefully, as the author, you have some say-so in this, but we all know sometimes there are characters that just won't do. What sprint are we on? Are we on number 4? I think we are. All right. So sprinty sprint. Do we want to up the game and do a 30-minute sprint? I think I would like to. Or as close to 30-ish as I can get. Hey. Okay. Shh. share the screen. I'm going to make it a 30-minute. Still need to make it bigger. Ooh, Becca is here. Yay! You just got back from getting your first dose of Pfizer. Hello. Welcome and congrats on the first dose. That's awesome. Yay! And just to let you know, all of the cards for today had birds in them. So today is a bird day because we had the hawk, which the main message for it is essentially like pay attention to messages and repeated coincidences and synchronicity. And then we had the here we go, Six of Swords, the Hermit, which has birds at his feet, and then we had the Eight of Swords inverted, which has both a hummingbird and a swan on it. So if you have a particular meaning or attachment to birds and their messages, today is a day to pay attention to them. So just FYI. Alrighty. Me. No. Wrong button. Make it bigger. There we go. Okay. Alrighty. So, don't forget to save your document. Don't forget to drink something. And make sure that you straighten up your spine for a posture check. And make sure that if you need a break, take a break, because this is a slightly longer sprint than we normally do. So 30 minutes, here we go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Alrighty. How was that 30-minute sprint? I think I probably wound up working for maybe about 20 minutes in editing. And then I switched to doing some things in my journal. Apparently that was all that my brain could handle for editing for the moment. So, yeah. Anyway, how we doing? Are we making progress? Are we feeling productive? How we doing? Let's see. So several people were giving some advice to Becca. CB said, I had mine 3 weeks ago. Your arm will probably be sore tomorrow. Yeah, so definitely do some stretches with your arm today to kind of help prevent that and like disperse the vaccine. So, and Becca was laughing because the hawk was perfect for sort of like listening to the messages. You almost didn't go today since it was a pop-up clinic, but it was a good sign that it was meant to be. Yes. And the card you drew kind of sealed your fate was the unlimited potential card, which says, open your eyes, pay attention, trust yourself to recognize the gift that is being offered at this time. And Becca was like, okay, I'm going. Yeah. And so sometimes, this is what I said, sometimes I get the feeling that the cards are like, they have one hand on their hip and the other hand is like shaking their finger at you going like, you better listen. And then other times they're like, it's okay, honey. It's okay. You'll be fine. So sometimes it depends on the card. Sometimes it depends on the deck. And that's why I have the two primary tarot decks that I use, one of which is the Shadowscapes deck, which is watercolors, and it's sort of like softer most of the time. So it's more like mum cards. And then the Steampunk deck is a lot harder, a little bit more geometric. I mean, I'm trying to think. I think it was probably done in either acrylics or in digital painting. Either way. But it's got a lot more geometric, like harder angles and stuff. And it's also a lot darker. And no nonsense. So it's like mummy cards, daddy cards, like give you the stern talking to. I don't know if that's like necessarily how mom and dad work in your family, but sometimes that's the vibe I get from the cards. Sometimes. So Ellie Vera says, I'm going to go and have dinner now. You'll be back. Excellent. And Becca was laughing at me, sort of like imagining my cards with like one hand on their hip. And Claude says, this outline is going well. Yay! You hope that it will be ready for Nano. And yes, 3 clocks because 3 days left. Mm-hmm. Elizabeth says, 293 for that one. And that is it for writing today. You'll be reading during the next sprint. Fair enough. And Diana did some editing as well. Excellent. And Courtney says, finally finished the reread of your draft. Time to start the daunting process of outlining. You are not ready for camp. You have 3 days. It's fine. It's fine. Kelly says, pray the outline is done before Nano. I don't know. Yeah, sometimes that's all you can do. And sometimes our brains just essentially force us into pantsing. It just happens. CB says 465 words. Excellent. And HK is still working on social media, but you are doing this to make life easier for camp. That is a smart thing. Yes, if you are scheduling things ahead of time so that you don't have to think about it during, much better, much better. And CB has an excerpt. Rick, we need to talk. I know Ginny is here, said a voice that made my blood run cold. Oh, I said that much too softer. Rick, we need to talk. I know Ginny is here, said a voice that made my blood run cold. I'm not coming home, Vincent. Save your breath and go home. I'm never going back with you. You got both from your mom. Your father has been persona non grata. Yeah, and sometimes, like, these cards aren't necessarily masculine or feminine energy. They're just sometimes the vibe that they give is much different. So, and sometimes mom is the one with the harsh advice, and dad is the one who's kind and gentle. It all just happens to be whatever. All right. We need one more sprint to round us off, and this will be a closing sprint. Let's see. I need a 15-minute timer. Let's go get one of Laura Nettle's timers. Maybe the paint and water one. Yes. Let's do this one. Alrighty. So 15 minutes, this will be our closing sprint. So let's see just how much more we can get done in 15 minutes. And then I will send you off with the Devon's playlist, as well as the AuthorTube Pride and Prejudice anthology link as well. So let's do that. Okay, 15 minutes. Don't forget to save. Don't forget to sip. And don't forget to straighten your spine and stretch, as well as remember that if you need a break, take a break. All right, 15 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Alrighty, that was the end of our 5th sprint. I hope you got a bit more done. I did. So that was nice. That was a nice additional sprinty sprint. I feel good. I feel like I got a good bit accomplished today. Good bit edited. And I added some things to my journal. So that was good. Yep. It's very good. I'm trying to think. A couple things I added, but anyway. Berez was asking, what is the hardest book for you to write and why? I'm sort of, I don't know if it's a cop-out answer, but like the ones that I'm working on, because they're not done yet. And so I'm still in the midst of struggling to write them. That's what I would say. And other than that, there are some books that I have planned that I know will be difficult simply because of sort of more of the characters that have the personal aspects of life experiences and stuff like that. So I think the writing will eventually be cathartic, but it is definitely one of those that, like, when you write it, you're gonna have to kind of relive in your head, in that headspace, and that is sometimes difficult. So CB says, I'd say the one I wrote about Eddie Guerrero, I never did finish it because you got sick of wrestling. Mindy says, I finished drafting the chapter you were working on. Yay! Progress. Excellent. Elizabeth said, you read some in The Stone Sky, which is book number 3 in the Broken Earth series by N.K. Jemisin. Excellent. CB says, I started proofreading the first part of The Third Time is the Charm. Right? The story was called Living on a Prayer, but you've retitled it. Ellie Vera says, I've been back for a few minutes and have chosen my presentation template. Hooray for choices. You have made the choice. And that was the book that you couldn't finish writing. Gotcha. All right. I don't know if do y'all have like a summer bucket list or a bucket list for each month or for the year? I decided I would make a bucket list for the summer. So most of this will be for next quarter, I guess, because here in the South, summer lasts until October, pretty much. So I've got a bucket list of some things I would like to do. Some of them are like pretty simple, like blowing bubbles with the nephews. Some of them are a little bit more ambitious, like I'd like to remake my website. Some of them, go pick berries, whether that's like on a walk or if I go like to one of the you pick it farms type of thing. Some of them are just going to be kind of fun. Most of them are fun. And like maybe 5 or 6 of them are more like things I'd like to get done this summer. Sort of like work or business wise. So I don't know if y'all have bucket lists of things that you would like to do as well or not. Elizabeth says, not a bucket list, but I have a lot of house fixes you would like to do. Trimming the hedges? Check. Yes, because you did those. Excellent. Yay. CB says, each time you've tried, you've gotten that far and no further. Okay. third time's the charm is part of the Project Spider you couldn't finish writing. Gotcha. Gotcha. And now you're waiting to find out if your mother can visit or not. I hope she can. I hope she can. All right, y'all. I need to set up my streams. That's another thing I need to do for next week. So I need to do that after the stream ends. Anyway, sorry, my brain. So here is Devin's playlist. Yes, I have several things on the list that are specific to the nephews. And so one of them is like tie-dyeing shirts or doing like sidewalk chalk art with them and stuff like that. There is one thing that I would like to do, and it's probably going to be closer to the end of summer. But near the end of summer, you can occasionally buy raw sugar cane, like from the farmer's market. And I don't think they have had sugar cane before, like in its raw form. So I would like to do that. And I looked online before, and since it was not in season, the only place I could find it was like, we'll send you 5 pounds of it, but it's going to cost you $40. And I'm like, no, thanks. So things like that. Yeah. Part of your bucket list is taking off the TBR and gaming list plus some housework. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So here is Devin's playlist, and also pinned at the top of the chat should be the Pride and Prejudice AuthorTube anthology. So please make sure that you visit both of those for streams and also for stories that you can enjoy. CB says bucket list, learn to drive, see the river dance, see Les Mis. Both of those are booked. And go to a Comic-Con, see Hamilton, get naughty. Yeah. And learn to sew. Yes, those are all good things. Alrighty. Well, I think that's going to be it for me. I will be back tomorrow. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 1 to 3 p.m. and Sundays, 2 to 5 p.m. So hopefully we can all make more progress then. Thanks so much for sticking around with me and getting as much done as we did today. So hopefully you had fun, and I will see y'all later. Don't forget to save.